Welcome, Miami community newspapers. Welcome to my house. Today we have a special guest. I call him the king of Calle Ocho, the king of West Miami, the man that's my brother, my friend, my comedian, and my jeweler.
Thank you, George. Thank you. Buenos dias, everybody. What's going on? I'm excited to be here, George.
Well, I'm super happy. First of all, I want to thank you for actually taking some time out of your day. I know you're a very busy entrepreneur. You have multiple businesses, but I know you focus on West Miami Jewelry and Pawn.
Yep.
So let's get into the thick of things. I know there's been some market change. Let's talk about gold. What's going on with gold today?
Man, gold has been kind of crazy lately. Actually, like 2 days ago, it dropped below 1,700, something that it hasn't done in a while. Even just back in March, it was at like $2,000 an ounce. So this drop down to the low 1,700s and even into the 1,600s just dictates where the market is going with it. I don't know if you can remember, but back in 2008, when the whole recession happened, the gold shot up. People were selling all their gold. There was a bunch of gold being bought. There was we buy gold over the mail. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. You put it in envelopes and you send it.
Right, and that's it was crazy. People were selling their gold without even knowing what they were going to get for it. They were sending it through, and now we're seeing another influx of people selling their gold. Maybe because the whole inflation and everything that's happening in the market, but it's actually dropping in value. So the ounce hit 2,000. Now it's back at the 1,700s. As of today, I think it's 1,758. So it's actually a good time to buy. I think, compared to March, I think it's a great time to buy right now.
Let me ask you, one of the main reasons I brought you in, obviously we want to, show our viewers that it's a good time to buy, but also if you have some pieces that you have saved up, maybe your high school chain that you had in your box for 20.
Yeah. Your neck doubled up in size from when you were 14 years old. Come on, let's face it.
I don't know why the clasp broke.
Mami, la croqueta.
La croqueta.
La croqueta, el flan de la gringa. Come on.
Oh, go. Yeah, I guess you've seen me with my old high school chain.
I see pictures.
Well, I need a Cuban link chain.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm Cuban. I lost the beeper a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But now, la cadenita de beeper, la que necesito. I need a nice thick one. Let's talk about the Cuban link chain market now. Yeah. I know you've talked about it lately. What's going on with that?
You know what? I sometimes I talk about the Cuban link market and I get so angry about it because we have this beautiful piece of jewelry it's here. It came from here, from Miami. We blew this up. We became the Cuban link capital of the world, right? So it's like you got the real Cubans here that come from Cuba, that we get them importados right here in the house. Mm-hmm. We're going to set them up to make jewelry. We give them all this gold and then we put them to work. And let me tell you something, making a Cuban link is not easy. It takes time. It takes a lot of work. This is handmade, right?
It's a craftsmanship.
It's craftsmanship. It's art. And now all of a sudden we're all competing. And when I say we're all competing, I'm in the whole thing with all these other guys from Miami, and we're all competing to give the best price out to the client. But what we're end up doing is that we've given the customer, direct to the customer, the wholesale price. Man, let me tell you something. It's great for the client. I'm so happy for that. But at the end of the day, it's truly killing an art. Not only is it killing an art, it's hurting the jeweler. And I'm not talking about myself because I'm a jeweler that sells jewelry. I'm talking about the maker of that piece.
Right.
And it hurts them. The idea behind it that you're gonna slave over a piece. We're talking about 12, 16 hours to make, a 150-gram chain, 24-inch, that you're putting all this work into it. And now we're cutting back on what you're making. Because guess what? We decided to drop the prices. And this is something that's affecting the whole community here in Miami. It's affecting all the jewelers here in Miami. We're taking a beautiful piece, something that takes this a crazy amount of craftsmanship, and we're just driving those prices down. A lot of that has to do with the influx of gold that we have in South Florida, because we have an influx of gold. Let's face it.
Okay.
There's a lot of gold that comes from where? South America. A lot of gold that comes from Colombia.
Oh, yeah.
Venezuela. You know, all these countries.
Is the quality all the same from those different countries?
Oro, right?
Oro.
Gold is gold. It's an element. It is what it is. It's a metal. El oro criollo, like I like to call it, right? Oro criollo. You'll see a little bit difference in color on the way the alloys are being mixed into it, but that could all be altered. It's all chemistry. But at the end of the day, gold is gold. One of the things that you see when the gold comes over here, you know, a lot of guys back in the day were buying gold outside, bringing it here, flooding the market with it, and you were getting gold a lot cheaper than you should have been getting gold. You know, and we've seen it a lot with issues with money laundering and all this other stuff that have come from that, right?
Oh, wow.
You know, I don't know how many planes have been stopped in Miami International because they were flooded with gold from Venezuela.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and it happens. A lot of people took advantage of that, you know. So that obviously affected the market, knowing that there's plentiful amounts of gold here. It affects market.
Let me ask you, back in the day, I'm talking about 30 years ago when I wasn't
even born.
No, you weren't born.
I was a baby, right?
When I was in junior high, I remember everybody started getting their gold. Remember, I think it was called herringbone.
Oh my God, the herringbone.
The herringbone.
That's like a nightmare, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, it would get.
You cannot listen.
It would practically break.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever went out with that herringbone and you had too much to drink, the next day that herringbone was no more.
Oh yeah.
Once you
had a girlfriend with long hair.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, you couldn't have this beard.
No.
The herringbone. Even with a rope, sometimes this thing gets caught, you know. But yeah, the herringbone is a piece that it was iconic to the 80s, right?
Yes, yeah.
But it was so easily tangled, and once it flexed, you couldn't get it back into the same shape. So, but then again, gold was like $200 an ounce.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing I was gonna get to was los postalitas. If you don't know what a postalita is somebody, you know, the flashy people. They was like, oh, your chain is 10 karat, mine is 24. So tell us, I know 24 karat is like what, almost pure gold?
24 karat is pure gold.
Pure gold.
Right, it's pure gold. So we're talking about all these carats, they're what they measure is a percentage of purity of the gold. So when we're talking about 10 karat, we're talking about 41% gold. When we're talking about 14 karat piece, it means that piece has 58% gold. And then when we go into 18, it has 75% gold, right? As you go up, you know, 21 karat is going to be 917. As you go up, it's going to continue to go the percentages. What happens is that the higher the percentage of gold, the more malleable it is, the easier it's
to work.
It's
to work it. Yeah.
Right. But then the same way that it's easier to work it, it's easier to deform it.
Or break. How about break? Because I've seen sometimes
the biggest
people they'll just snap.
The biggest issue with the higher carat won't be the breaking part of it because it's so soft that it'll just fall out of shape. So once it falls out of shape, I guess you could call it breaking, but it's not like a piece is going to fall off unless you know you're playing with it like that. Now
let me ask you, you know, let's say I had a 24 karat piece, all right, and I take it to your shop and I'm like, listen, this herringbone thing. There's no way you could hammer it back into shape. I just want to melt it.
Yeah.
What's the difference for when you turn in a 10 karat or a 24 value wise?
Okay. So we're going to grab just real quick and I'll give you the whole equation. We're going to go ahead and grab the price of the ounce, right? We're going to divide it by 31.1. Okay. So that ounce has 31.1 grams, right? So we're going to take the price at 1,700 divided by 31.1. Now we're going to multiply by the gold content. So you said it's 24. So that means that whatever we just divided by 31.1, that's all you got. We don't have to multiply by anything. But if that piece was a 14 karat piece, we will multiply that number that we got by 0.585. And that will give you the price of 14 karat per gram.
Wow.
Now we just grab that and multiply it times the weight, and then you get your offer.
Wow.
That's how that works.
That's now, incredible.
If you're going to bring me that piece, let's say that you bring me that piece and you're like, Jose, look, this piece fue de mi abuelita se la dio a esto, yo se la regalé a mi tóxica, y mi tóxica me la dio para atrás, right? Because that shit happens.
Yeah, for Toxica Tuesdays.
It's Toxica Tuesdays. So you get that piece back, and you're like, this piece has bad juju. You know, and I tell people all the time, listen,
it's been through 5 divorces.
So much. Let's just put some fire to it and make you a new piece. So we could grab that piece. we're gonna use some new gold, we're gonna use some of your gold, and we're gonna put it together, and we're gonna make you something nice.
Make a new
You know,
piece.
that could be a bracelet that you want. It could be a ring that you want. We could even turn it, even if it's yellow gold, we can flip it, use that gold, and make it into white gold. I know you like wearing white, so we can make that happen for you. So there's so much that you can do with this gold. And I love it. Let me tell you something. There's one thing that I love, and it's grabbing something that means a lot to you, and remaking it so that you can wear it again.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Production. When you get a chance, put up that watch. I'm going to show you something that I've been wanting to trade in some of my old gold that I have. And of course, my wife has a ton of it that she doesn't use anymore because it's not the cool. What's the name of the nail? The nail that's got the diamonds.
The Cartier nail?
Yeah, the Cartier nail or the bangles. What I want to do is throw that all in.
Okay.
And I want to get a Rolex.
Sure. What Rolex is it?
Let's see. You production. No Rolex. You didn't.
That's okay.
Well, I want to get a Rolex. Talk a little about the Rolex market. Rolex market is huge here. People will kill you to get a Rolex.
Well, let me tell you, Miami is Miami.
Yeah.
Let's just say it like that. People are gonna look at you because of what car you're driving, what watch you're wearing, right? Or what club are you going to at night. It is what it is. That's what we come down to. The watch market is crazy everywhere right now. Actually, the watch market has gone up tremendously during the pandemic because of a lack of supply. And now, just recently, the prices have started to come down. And when I say recently, we're talking about 3 months. These watches are dropping. And some of them are dropping 30%, but you got to take into consideration that they went up 80%.
Yeah.
So
how much is that? The Batman and is it the Batman's going for now?
I mean,
more or less.
Got a Batman offer to me for like 16 grand a couple of days ago. Then I got another Batman offer to me for 14 grand a couple of days ago. So now it's what we're starting to see the shift. But then again, I sold the Batman, let's say 6 months ago for 21,000.
Wow.
Right. So we're talking about the Batman being sold for 21,000. I'll give you an idea. 3 years ago, I sold the Batman for 8,700. Or 8,750.
Wow.
So
it was almost 100%, or more than 100%.
Right. So from 8,700 to 21,000 to right now 16 grand. So you can see the whole fluctuation in the market. Now, a lot of these watches, it depends on what the collectors are pushing. They're looking for. Some of the old school GMTs, people are dying for these GMTs and Pepsis, but the older ones,
right?
They really
they become collectibles.
They're collectible items,
right?
Hopefully, we become collectibles.
Yeah. Well, that's the luck that if you buy the right piece,
right,
at the right time, it's a great investment.
And that's with everything, and that's what I tell people all the time. People are like so focused on well, is the price right? Is this right? It's like, listen, you walk into my shop. If it speaks to you, if you wear it, it makes you feel good. If it's nice, stop waiting until whether it goes up or goes down. Get it, enjoy it. La psicosis de I need to get the best deal possible porque todo el mundo tiene un primo.
Sí.
The whole conversation. Oh, you just got your pool done. Should have told me. I have a guy.
Sí.
That's Miami for you. Everybody has a guy after you're done.
Y el primo después te sale más caro.
Siempre.
Porque
el primo no saca los permisos.
No, se lo saca.
Yeah.
Y después tiene la rana por toda la piscina.
Everywhere, bro. So that's what it comes down. That's what it has come down to jewelry too. Everybody's like, oh no, porque mi primo trabaja en Hialeah, somewhere here, or does this in El Cibo. Everybody has somebody in the Cibo.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Is that place even still open?
Of course, the Cibo is beautiful. It's great. There's all kinds of stuff.
I haven't been to Seabold in 20 years.
But it's like you think about it. Think about it. Think about the.
Well,
rent.
That was the hub. That was the hub.
Think about the rent in the Cibo, right? Think about how much rent you got to pay in the Cibo. Now compare that to the rent that you're going to be paying on 8th Street or the rent that you're going to be paying on Burr Road. So it's like people need to understand that all those expenses are going to be carried into what you're buying. So just because you know somebody in the Cibo does not mean that you're getting the best deal possible.
Yeah, they still got to pay rent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's you got to understand everything that comes behind in this business and in any business.
Right. Obviously. Let me ask you a question. Let's say we buy a typical Cuban link.
Yeah.
And I keep it for a year and I want to upgrade. How would that work?
So I tell you, we have this amazing upgrade program, and it is amazing. There's no other words behind it.
Hold on. Who came up with this idea, first of all?
So here I'm in my prior life. I'm not gonna say it, but in the prior company that I worked for, we had something that you could pay, right? You could pay an extra 10% on top of the price of your piece, and it will give you a lifetime exchange.
Okay. For
program.
10% more.
You had to pay 10% more. So you literally had to come, and let's say that you were spending $3,000, then you got to spend $3,300 plus tax. So you always got to pay tax, and you're spending $3,300, and then you had the chance to later on trade in that product and get the $3,000 back, but you lost the $300. So that's not really 100% trade up. No, you're losing 10%. So that's like 90% trade up. So I said, you know what? We're not going to do that. I'm not going to charge you, right, to upgrade. It's not okay. You know, there's a lot of big companies out there that are actually, they'll tell you they'll upgrade you 100%. But if you read the little clause, it says you got to spend twice the amount to be upgraded, to qualify. And this is the big corporations.
Right.
So these guys are literally waiting for you to buy a piece for the $3,000, and they're going to give you back your $3,000, but you have to spend $6,000 on the next piece. We don't do that.
No.
We're 100% trade up, and when I say it, I mean it. You bought that chain from me, you spend that $3,000, and then you are go on Instagram, and you see me scream something out there, and I put another Cuban for $4,200, and all you got to do is come to the shop, bring your chain, you get a $3,000 credit on that chain, even if it's been that 1 year.
Wow.
Okay? And then pay me the difference, and you're good to go.
Let me ask you, you said you're on Instagram. What, you're on Instagram, Facebook, and what else?
We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. I am trying to be on TikTok. It's so hard.
I want to see you dance and jumping up.
You know what? I feel like you have to. I'm already a clown, but I feel like you have to be a real clown, man, to drive this TikTok algorithm. It's been tough for me, so I haven't really put that much pressure on it.
Right.
On Instagram, it's our bread and butter. We have a ton of followers. We have an amazing community behind us. Miami's just amazing. And we just have a lot of people that support our business, and we continue to grow thanks to them. You know,
I'm gonna go up onto purses, Louis Vuittons. Right. What other big brands you got? And purses and bags.
Gucci, Hermes. We haven't done Birkin yet. There's a lot of money to be in the Birkins, but you know, we kind of ventured into the whole luxury goods market back in 2020. We tried that out. We started going into it. In fact, our biggest seller became the travel duffel bag.
Oh, really?
The Louis Vuitton duffel bag.
Isn't that like this big?
It's about that big. Well, there's different sizes.
There's different sizes.
I think you have a 45, a 55, and a 65. Curious about, you know, this is a good point on those bags and the duffel bags. Anything over the 55 is no longer a carry-on. So if you wanted to use your little Louis Vuitton as a carry-on item, you have to keep it at that 55.
And can you trade in gold for a Louis Vuitton?
You could sell me some gold for one of our purses. I don't have a problem with that.
No.
I'll buy the gold all day long. You know.
Yeah. That's easy. How about the other way around?
I don't think so. I don't know if I would do.
Whatever. I know a lady that's got over 10, 15 Louis Vuittons in her, and they're all.
Did you pay for them?
I take the fifth. But they're just sitting there, and I'm like, you have thousands of dollars sitting there.
That happens. In fact, I just bought a purse a couple of weeks ago, and the purse was worn twice. It was brand new, and she's like, I don't. It's not me. You know, my ex-husband bought it for me. You know, obviously he didn't know her taste.
All right.
That's why he's the ex. You know, so we ended up having the purse now in the store. It's a good deal. It's a great deal. You know, if I were,
you still got it?
I would wear it. Yeah, it's in the shop. I think it's I don't want to say it's a Speedy. It's not a Speedy. It's a different Louis, but it's very nice. But that market, like our sales in the luxury goods, has actually slowed down. We kind of pulled back from it a little bit, but we're still doing it. You know.
Okay. Well, tell me again, what's your website so the people that are watching could.
Sure. So the website is westmiamijewelry.com.
Well, that's pretty simple.
Pretty simple. westmiamijewelry.com. That's all you need to know. You can go in there. We have a lot of our products are on there. Not all our products are on there, but there's a lot of our products on there.
Can you buy online also?
Buy online. We have like different payment options too. You can pay in 4 payments. You know, we use like I think ShopPay. We have Sezzle. We have Afterpay. We have a ton of different options for people to pay.
Okay, so you could start shopping now, even for Christmas, and start paying it off.
They can shop right now. In fact, the website has 30% off right now. So does the store. So you can walk into the store and get 30%. And then if they wanted to put something on layaway, because I think something like that, where you're saying start paying it off now, they have the layaway plan. They can put it in the store, leave it on layaway, pay little by little, like back in the day.
Has anybody thrown a layaway at you in a while?
No, nobody has thrown anything at me in a while. My neighbors haven't thrown nothing at me in a while. And those guys throwing stuff all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nobody has thrown nothing at me.
Yeah, I remember layaway was real big back in the 80s.
It was huge. Yeah. It was huge. Layaways, like layaways has always been big, right?
Yeah.
It's always big. But then the financing companies that with those they started coming out. And you're able to incorporate those finance companies or lease to own companies into the model. And once you're able to put that into your model, you don't need that layaway option as much. People want that right now. So
awesome. Let me ask you, I know you're doing fantastic with the jewelry store. Last year you killed it with some incredible selling records.
Yep.
But what's next? I know you also have another. Tell us what's going on with you as a whole.
All right. With me as a whole, so jewelry store is doing very good. So I'm really excited about that. We continue to grow, and it's crazy because 2020 and the pandemic years, even 2021, do not really represent the business, right? They don't, because they're anomalies. What we went through is an anomaly, but we had exceptional growth, and we carried it on, which is great. And even in the way that the market is right now, we're still having that growth. So that's amazing. We also, and when I say we, I own Studio 305, Utopia 305. I own that with my sister. She's my partner in all my ventures. And
what's it called again?
Utopia 305.
Utopia 305.
Yeah, and Studio 305 in Kendall. So in fact, Studio 305 is like a little piece of Wynwood inside Kendall, which I love it. And
wow. Where is that located in Kendall? What area? Because Kendall's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean we're close by London Square, by Tamiami Airport, 132nd.
Well, that area is growing exponentially.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like getting into Kendall is just crazy by itself now.
Yeah.
But then we have, like I said, we have Utopia 305, which is in Hialeah, and now we're jumping into opening up a tax office, and that's going to be open to the public in January of 2023.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really excited about that. So, continue to build, man. Miami's amazing to us, and the fact that we can employ people here and then we can continue to grow here. I don't want to go nowhere. I want to stay here.
I'm staying in Miami.
Yeah, man.
I'm a West Miami resident. You're in West Miami.
Yes.
I love West Miami,
I love West Miami.
I love being in the heart of Miami.
That's how I feel about West Miami. I feel like I'm close enough to head to the Keys. I'm also close enough to head to Hollywood Beach if I want to. It's just
the airport,
airport's right
downtown, South Beach,
todo
Aventura, todo.
Timing.
And if you want to cross the border to Broward, we have to.
Every once in a while.
You have to
go into Broward para calmate.
I like to go to Funky Buddha. Have you been to Funky Buddha?
Man. No, where is that? But I like the name of it.
We got to go to Funky Buddha.
Do it.
They have craft beers, which there's like 15, 20 different ones. I don't know if you know, but I'm a big foodie. Half of the proof is right here. But I'm a huge foodie. I actually used to be a Florida Marlin manatee.
Yeah, I know that.
So I was the biggest thing in baseball, and technically, but if you follow me, I'm gonna give you my my page. I want you to follow me because I go to a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
There is actually a new restaurant which I want to tell everybody to check out. It's in Coconut Grove. You know where the old Scotty's Landings was?
Yeah.
They're opening up a brand new. They already had their party grand opening, but they're starting Monday.
What kind of food is it?
Oh, it's a little bit of seafood. It's a little bit of everything, but it's a beautiful location. They upgraded that whole area.
Yeah, everything has changed so much.
Yeah. So
I was just telling a friend of mine how much I miss the Grove. We had so many good times in the Grove.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
But yeah, and there's a place in Doral, which I recommend highly. It's called Shoma Bazaar. Have you been there yet?
No.
Have you heard of Shoma Bazaar?
No, you need to.
You need balance.
Bro, if there's no croquetas at medianoches, I don't go.
You need batido mamey y croqueta.
That's it.
Well, this place the beauty of it is it's got like 7 different restaurants. It's got a bar. It's got a big screen TV.
Oh,
so
the world dining style thing.
Something exactly. It's right across the street from Telemundo.
Yeah.
and the Trump National.
Okay.
So it's right there. You got great parking. It's secure, clean. You're gonna love it. So if your wife or girlfriend wants to eat
I'm just
una
excited.
areva and you want to have sushi,
I'm just excited you said it was secure because it's
Oh.
across the Trump National.
yeah,
So now, I'm excited about that.
Yes,
You know?
everything is going to be good. There's going to be a tour.
Yes. Very perfect. You know?
But let me ask you, what's your favorite food places?
You know, I don't. I was just having this conversation with somebody. I don't have this one place that I need to go to, but you won't believe what I have to eat like once a month, and it's like my makes me zen. I go to Little Caesars. Watch this, and I buy one of those big square pizzas, right?
Yeah.
Pepperoni loaded,
Yeah.
pepperoni, Chicago deep style, and then I buy like 10 of those jalapeno sauces, and I will watch a movie, and I will disconnect from the world while eating this whole pizza by myself. It's the craziest thing.
Well, I'm gonna estoy como dicen los cubanos. Voy a tirar un tao. There's a new place. I don't know if you know about it. It's called Shirtos. Shirto is on 57th
Okay.
and 10th Street, next
by
to
my
Sakura,
place.
right by your place.
Super close.
They deliver.
Okay.
All right. They have one of those wood oven. It's fantastic. And if you want the old style, the round one, they got it too. So if you want to get estar en la línea,
No,
get the olvídate. Bueno, you can share it with the girls.
Yeah.
And by the way, your girls are fantastic.
Thank you, man. I got an amazing.
You got to give them a shout out because they do a great job.
You know, there's nothing possible without the right people on your side. Nothing is possible.
Bueno.
You cannot do anything by yourself. So I've been blessed to have amazing people by my side that have grown with me and continue to grow. And now we're gonna feed them.
Tírale un pizza party. It's a
Shirtos, right?
Shirtos right there. Ask for Giovanni, the owner. Tell him
Giovanni.
Disco sent you.
Okay, we're gonna make that happen.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. This has been
man,
super.
George, I love talking to you, bro. So
Well, thank you.
any chance that we get to hang
You
out,
are a class act, a friend, and I'm telling you, you make my day every day with your wild and crazy posts.
Yeah.
Follow this guy at West Miami Jeweler and Pawn. And if you need some money, definitely
Let us know.
He's got you. Take in that gold.
Gold, jewelry, anything you got, any diamonds, we got you.
Thank you, West Miami.
Thank you, guys.